What's up everybody, my name is Light and welcome back inside of my Minecraft world. Our latest addition was this vineyard and winery. If you missed it, be sure to go check out the video for this project. I love how it came out, and in this video we're going to be building a watermill right next to it. So let's jump right in and begin building. To start off, I used World Edit to create a river and a waterfall that cuts through this hillside and flows out into the ocean. I made the riverbed using a mixture of mud, coarse dirt, and mossy cobblestone to make it appear natural, and then I used red and blue wool to plan out the shape for the watermill. I wanted this building to lie on both sides of the river, with a bridge connecting them together. Once I had planned out the shape, I extended the path from the vineyard and the winery to lead up to this new project, and I also dotted some custom trees around using the copy and paste tool in World Edit. And then it was time to build up the watermill itself. I changed the red wool into the foundation for the building and then the blue wool into this bridge to connect both sides of the building and allow access across the river. I also went ahead and I designed the water wheel, initially using different blocks and then settling upon a mixture of dark oak planks and copper blocks. And I also added a counterweight in the water to keep the water wheel structurally sound and in place. I really like how this design turned out, and with the water wheel done, I went back to the bridge and I created a roof using the new resin blocks introduced in the newest game update. I really wanted to use these new resin blocks because of how bright they were, and I also mixed in some smooth red sandstone to make a more appealing pattern for the roof. And with the bridge and its roof completed, I began building up the right side of the watermill. I had built the foundation for the building using a gradient of tough blocks, pale moss, gravel, and andesite. This is a super unusual group of blocks, but I really liked the gradient that they created together. Anyways, I built up the upper floor initially using stripped oak wood, but I would later change this to waxed copper blocks, and then detail over it with some polished granite and a combination of spruce trapdoors, slabs, fences, and stairs. I also got rid of one of the towers that I had initially planned, and I swapped it over to the far right side of the building, changing it into a chimney. I made some minor changes to figure out exactly how I wanted to detail this build, and then it was time to travel to the other side of the river. I detailed the walls and the facade by creating windowsills with dark oak blocks and normal windows using cyan and light blue stained glass. This half is elevated a bit higher than the other side, and also features this diagonal tower rising up as the highest point of the build. I continued using resin and red sandstone blocks for the roof, I also extended the bridge to wrap around this part of the build, and I added a front entrance to allow some additional access into the watermill. After polishing up some of the finer details, it was time to head back over the river and decorate the interior for the right side of the building. The interior for this part is pretty interesting, as the space is divided up into 3 floors, but I designed it to still allow a fairly open area by using balconies that allow views of the other floors. I spent a lot of time trying to add as much detail as I possibly could to make this place feel truly lived in. On the middle floor I added a kitchen, the upper floor was a bedroom, and on the ground floor I made a fireplace and placed a variety of other blocks around, like paintings, barrels, bookcases, and armor stands. And finally, with that half of the interior done, I returned to the other side of the building to decorate the interior there as well. For the bottom floor connecting to the bridge, I made this nice seating area with benches made of spruce stairs and copper blocks. And now for my favorite part, for the upper floor I wanted to create a map room showing off the world and everything that I've built in it up to this point. Believe it or not, this is actually the very first map that I've made for this world. I know a watermill is a kind of interesting place to put this map in since I have castles and kingdoms, but it's just kind of what I ended up doing. Something felt right about putting it here and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And for the tower, I created a spiral staircase leading up to a small and cluttered enchantment room. And I really like kind of the claustrophobic vibe that you get traveling up this tower. Anyway, I returned to the map room and I finished up the last bit of this interior by creating another seating area and detailing out the space using banners, armor stands, and a variety of other blocks. And with that, the watermill itself was completed. But the overall project wasn't done yet. I wanted to return to the front of the watermill to extend part of the path down this hill, and I began to build a bridge reaching across this river just in front of the waterfall. I built this bridge diagonally out of stone bricks, and then I used tough bricks, which were also a new block introduced in the newest update, and I used these for a darker color to indicate that light is hitting the top on the stone bricks and then creating shade on the bottom in the form of the tough bricks. With the main structure of the bridge done, I detailed it out using some copper trapdoors, and then I lit it up using lanterns. It definitely took some time to polish out, but I am really happy with how this bridge turned out, and I finished up the area by extending the path to meander up this hill and connect to the front of the watermill. I also dotted some more custom trees around, and then I fleshed out the space by adding some tall grass and ferns everywhere to make the terrain feel a bit more natural. And with that, our newest project is completed. I really love how this watermill turned out, and I think it fits really nicely inside of our world. In case you didn't know, you can actually support me on Patreon or click the join button below next to the subscribe button and become a member for my channel. By doing this, you'll get access to all of my world downloads, which means you can explore this very world for yourself. So if you're interested in downloading this world, please consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a YouTube member today. Also, I've been streaming a lot more often, so be sure to turn on your bell notifications or join my Discord by clicking the link in the description to get notified every time I post a new video or start a live stream. Click the join button to become a YouTube member or become a Patreon member to support me and my content. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this in the future. And I'll see all of you in the next video.